I'm digging your vibe, vibes, 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 vibes. I'm digging your vibe.
You're listening to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste. Hey, you better keep it locked. Welcome back to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste, where we explore the energy shaping our lives. I'm your host, Turek Baptiste, your spiritual advisor and lifestyle coach, and how I always like to say, your homie on this journey of self-discovery and awareness. Today, we got my people in play, right? I was just telling him about the story of the first time like I heard his music and just the energy that's on his music. And even just recently I had a chance, because I'm a lyrics person, I had a chance to go back and listen to some of the lyrics that was on top of these beats. And they just took it to a whole nother level, because not only is it a clear message, but it's a conscious message. And I feel like now where music is going, especially with our culture, having an artist who not only gives you the sonic energy that you need, but also the lyrical content, takes you back to the old school bowels of hip hop. Like, this just sounds good, and I'm fucking with what he's saying, right? So today, we have my man's on, Aaron Parquet. So we're gonna jump on with him and just kind of dig in with him and see what's going on. Hey, you listening to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste on WDJY FM 99.1 Straight Talk. Keep it locked. Welcome to the show.
Peace, what's going on, brother? Thank you for having me, first and foremost. I appreciate it. Hey, that was an intro. That was an intro. I appreciate you.
I'm glad you can finally join us. We were just talking about how this is a long time coming. So introduce yourself and just tell us some basic things about yourself, the first things that come up to mind.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I want to say peace and greetings to everybody. And again, thank you, bro, for having me. I am Aaron Parquet. I am a New Orleanian. I was born in Washington, D.C., but I moved to New Orleans at 3, so it's been home. I am a product of 2 Navy parents. I enjoy the arts. I enjoy creating. I enjoy self-expression. I enjoy betterment of life and just overall a good quality of life. And I like when people are actually pursuing those lifestyles. So it's like we come from a very self-destructive environment for the most part. So when we are in that space to create and collab and just freely express ourselves in a positive manner, that's always something I encourage and want to be a part of. But I love anime. I love fitness. I'm a father. I love my 2 little people. They basically just stole my face. A lot of people tell me that, but they're definitely my mini-me's and my saving graces, because definitely without them, I don't know where I would be directional-wise. So yeah,
I definitely understand that. So you talked about, pretty much being a New Orleanian. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and I agree, moving from where you were born to another state at 3 years old, your core development, growth and development, all of your development is where you've moved to.
Yes, sir.
So that was very interesting to know, because I didn't know that about you from doing your natal chart. I know you gave me DC for your birth city, but I didn't know that you are N-O to your heart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tell us how growing up in New Orleans shaped your creativity and your creative perspective.
So it's a very lively music. It's like heavy jazz, a lot of live instrumentation.
Yes.
And it was so the zydeco, jazz, and bounce is really what you hear a lot of in the mix of things. Like you can go downtown any given time and you'll hear jazz, you'll hear bounce, you'll hear just like a cacophony of just different things of sounds. And it's like those sounds went into me saying, okay, I've heard enough of that all my life. I'm gonna at least try to at least incorporate but diverge a little bit from what I know. Because we have social shakedowns. So basically play bounce the whole night. The women cut up, fellas watch and enjoy. So it's like, it works out for everybody. But then it's a point where we have a DJ Black and Mild. He'll put a bounce beat to almost anything. Adele, Beyonce, whatever, any artist you imagine, he'll put a bounce beat to it and we'll be cutting up. We'll be cutting up to it. So it's between the zydeco, the jazz, and just the different types of artists that contribute to those forms of music. It was very influential. So I was like, okay, I love the music. I love the instrumentation behind it. So how can I incorporate this to express myself in the most authentic fashion?
Okay, so tell us about some of your, and I'm glad you went in that direction. That's one of my questions. About some of your influences, right? Because I can definitely hear I'll say a large amount of your songs, I can hear that old school hip hop undertow.
Yes, sir.
Hear it. Sometimes it's with percussion, or sometimes it's with like those strings that you use.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about some of your influences that shape that creativity.
So I'm about to age myself a little bit. So I'm Kool Mo D.
Damn,
so for me, it was Kool Mo D. Let me see.
That's a Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle moment. You said cool. Wait, damn. Okay, Kool Mo D.
So, but here's the thing, right? So it's funny because you got Kool Mo D and you've got the Wild Wild West. Then you've got the remake he did with Will. So it's like he's still prevalent throughout the time. So it's like, okay, I see you still doing your thing. Then you've got, the New York legends. You got KRS-One.
Okay.
You've got Run DMC. So basically hip hop royalty. And then once it kind of, the movement started to spread out, I started getting more incorporated with, of course, Biggie and Pac. But like the most influential, I'd say, was probably Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco was definitely like, and I don't want to put too much on it, but he saved my life in the sense of like encouraged the different ways of expressing myself in a truer fashion. It's okay to talk about anime. It's okay to talk about the stuff that's not of the streets or how we getting our money or who we land with. It's okay to paint a different picture. And his verse on Touch the Sky, I was like, yo, who the hell is this? Guess who's on third? Lupe still like Lupe in the third. I was like, okay, all right. I was like, all right.
This makes so much sense.
Yes, sir.
Because I can hear now you saying Lupe Fiasco. I can hear the influence of Lupe Fiasco on you lyrically.
Yes, sir.
And one thing about creativity, I love what you said. You said like, okay, it's okay to rap about or talk about this, but like, no, let's talk about what's happening, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
That's what creativity is. That's why no matter what you do, if anybody mimics it, they're never going to be able to do it the way that you do it.
Yes, sir.
Creativity is a outward expression of what's happening inside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So whatever I've experienced, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, when I release this shit, bitch, no matter how many times you try to mimic it, you can never express it in the same energy and intention that you have. So
yes, sir.
that makes a lot of sense with Lupe Fiasco, because like I'm really a solid fan of your lyrical content and how you're able to like mesh how you ride these fucking beats.
I appreciate you.
On Dystopia,
Mhm.
it's literally like, and I know, you kind of work in your editing process as well, but
Yes,
it's
sir.
literally like I know at least two of those solid verses, or, well, yeah, two of those solid verses, you just spit that out.
Yes, sir.
Like, it wasn't no takes on that.
Yeah, that one actually, I was surprised that it only took one take per verse. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm comfortable with this. I guess I like this particular track.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your creative process. Like, what gets you to that place where you can just like go in the studio and just be a dog on the mic for like minutes?
So what? And I forgot to shout out the Atlanta sign because between Dungeon Family,
Okay.
Goody Mob, just that whole movement. Ti, like they really influenced a lot of the I guess the southern element towards.
Okay.
Okay, let me talk about. Let me go ahead and remind folks where I am from, what they might see coming out here, and even flow wise, just execution. I loved CeeLo. Like what was it? Is it what's the dooms? Is it Doomsday Theory or something like no?
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So my I have a partner out there in Atlanta. He produces, and usually I'll start with the beat, depending on, or if it's something I'm hearing, then I'll just generate the content around the actual instrumentation. But if
Okay.
it's something I have on my mind, I'll just jot it down and structure it according to the instrumental that I see it. I find that meshes with it the best.
Okay. So that makes a lot of sense because I thought I was the only person that was kind of that way, right? So I'll
Mhm.
say, send me like 4 tracks. And I do have this unique thing where if I hear some music, I can automatically just come up with, even if it's corny, I can automatically just come up with a melody,
Mhm.
low key like a hook, a vamp, like an old school song, period.
Yes, sir.
And there are also songs that I write where, okay, this just came to me this way. I've written it out, and then I put a melody to it. And
Mhm.
whoever I would have produce that record, I would have them build that track around my scratch vocals, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's interesting to see like another creative that has a similar process and a similar gift. Because a lot of people that call themselves artists,
Mhm.
you can play 50 different tracks for them and they still don't feel inspiration, right?
Right. Right.
I feel like if you are an artist, or if you're calling yourself a creative, you first have to be an artist, and in that artistic flow, again, that's the outward expression of what's happening inwardly.
Yes,
And
sir.
just as an artist, you've gone through some experience that this melody or this sound or this track is playing that you can put words to.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
I just came up with this corny track called Sneaky. I was talking about one time I got cheated on, right?
Mm.
So it's like, it's really dope to see a person who is, actually expressing their creativity and have a similar process.
And
Okay.
I wanted, because when you said like the track "Sneaky," it resonated with me. So it's like, even from the art standpoint, right? We might see it's corny, or we might that's not my best work. But you never know what that particular self-expression can do for somebody else in a sense
Right.
too. So it's like, hey, that particular track or those words helped me get through this particular event, or it helped me learn from a past struggle I just went through. So you never know, man. But I appreciate the similar and like-minded creatives, because it is an art. You have
That-
to be an artist to create, and I think a lot of times we overlook just how much creators, like how many creators we are. You know what I mean? In our day-to-day habits, we are creators. So just try to stick with that and be true to that process.
I like totally agree. Like, I totally agree. And now, since I got you on cam, recording
Mhm.
you on cam, I'm definitely about to make you. So we have to do at least 2 records.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So,
Because
get your,
we spoke about that a while ago, and I've still, you know what I mean. I kept that. That's in the book. So I ain't going nowhere. I'm ready when you are, bro.
I think the two of us together in the studio, just the energy of it with certain instrumentation.
Yes, sir.
So we would definitely like lock that in. And it's interesting you said how, something can be your creative expression and you're like, that's not my best work, but you never know where it lands or who else it touches.
Sir.
So my one little record that I have out, that I just have it out just to have that out. I have redone that song like 90 times.
I understand. I definitely understand.
Like low key, and most people wouldn't probably realize it because it really didn't do anything at the time. I released the song under a whole nother different name in a different version, like 20.
No, I'm sorry. I was like, I didn't know that.
So it was called Kinetic.
Okay.
A whole different, it was under an artist name, JR Soul, all of this. I sat down with it and I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna release this, I really need to, update it to where my current awareness is now, even, as it relates to energy. So one of the kind of intermediate versions I kept for some Chicago steppers type, that's another dance, right? So I released that. It's horrible. It has like the mix on it is kaput. Damn vocals on it. I'm like, damn, I was really sounding like that. Like nobody tuned me up for real. You feel me?
Growth is something, bro. Like, when you look back, you be like, okay.
But the people in Chicago fuck with that song.
Word up.
So to the point that when I did release like this Amethyst like EP,
Uh-huh.
I just left that song on there. And to look and see like, okay, I released this song in 2016, a different version. It ain't do shit. But then I released it at this time, more up-to-date, fine-tuned with more intention.
Mm-hmm.
And then putting, into it the experiences that I had experienced up until then. Now this shit is actually doing numbers.
It's going up.
It's a form of passive income.
Yes, sir.
So it's really interesting to like talk to another artist who is and has been on that similar climb. Like I really didn't know that about you, so that's like dope to hear. Okay, so go ahead.
When you spoke on intent, that's very important. And like a friend of mine, we were just talking about a little bit last year how much we need to focus on the intent of things instead of while we're creating, just be more purposeful in the intention of it. So that's very interesting. Yes, sir.
Like
yes, sir.
You spoke to one part of it where, okay, because this is my expression, it lands and it helps positively affects someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one aspect of the actual vibration of the music. So if I'm putting, specific intentions into the song, into the way that I'm setting up, even in my creative process, like I'm a person, before I get into that mode, like, yeah, we're gonna sage the room, we're gonna light some incense, I'm probably gonna light candles, we're gonna get some sound therapy in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel centered to kind of step into a certain zone where I'm being vulnerable with my
Gotcha.
So the act of intent is very, very important in my opinion. So just even you speaking to that, like really shows me again where you are planted and where your roots are as an artist. So okay, have you seen any of the Katrina documentaries?
I think I saw bits and pieces of, was it Ryan Coogler's? The most recent one?
So I only know of two. I know one that they did on Hulu, and then they took some of the same people and added some people, and they did one on Netflix. So those are the only two I know about.
Okay, because I wasn't familiar with how many might be out there. I just know they're are some out there though. But I don't really be. I don't really be
Okay.
like, I live there. I was like, it's cool. I
Right.
get it.
So that's why I wanted to get your perspective on it, like,
Mhm.
you know, watching it and kind of knowing some history on, you know, when it happened before in like the 60s, and just seeing people's um, response to it and their perspective.
Mhm.
I wanted to know what you thought about the documentary. Like, is that shit real that they're saying, or was it some BS? So, okay, so I can shift my question then.
Okay.
So, were you actually in Katrina?
No, I had so the weekend before it hit, we had a jamboree, we had a football game, and the coach was like, listen, we're not gonna have practice. We want y'all to make sure y'all get safe, get to where y'all need to go, pack your belongings, get with your family, and get out of town if you're doing so. So a lot of things. So here's a detail that a lot of people don't know as to why. Because the biggest thing was during Katrina, like, why'd they stay? Why'd y'all stay? Everybody had plenty of time. So the thing is, the year before Katrina, we had a storm. It was supposed to be a Category 5. It was supposed to come through, shut down everything, and we weren't supposed to be able to return for some time.
So they
So my
tricked.
mom and I, we ended up going to Mississippi, and we stayed out there for a little bit. And I think the city as a whole felt the same way when they got back, and they saw maybe like 2 or 3 branches on the ground, and it was like, so y'all, we had minimal wind damage and some displaced debris, and y'all made us have a mass exodus for this. So the next year rolls around, we're like, we're not moving. I'm not budging. But mom's was already kind of, because my uncle at the time, he had just passed away.
Okay.
So mom's was kind of in a space of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I was like, we could just go to Atlanta if you want for the weekend. Let's just go to Cuz house and just put up, and then we'll go from there. Like, it's a good idea. So we'll go, get out, and we left that Saturday evening, back to back traffic, bumper to bumper. Folks were going to Texas. We was like, nah, we gonna go the other way because y'all, it's bumper to bumper. And so when we finally got settled and it made landfall, initially it was like, okay, it's not that bad. But then, of course, the rumors in the wind of, man-made interference and things of that nature. And of course, these are all speculations, and these are all things that folks are saying. But it's like, when you look at the corruption that takes place throughout the timeline of the city, it's like,
hey, check this out. And see, on my show, we talk our shit. You feel
yes,
me?
sir.
And, we talk our shit on real research, right? I don't believe
Yes, sir.
if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say something based on what I saw or what I researched with my own eyes, like
Correct.
formidable research, not like scrolling through this topic online.
Right.
The specific 9th ward of
Mhm.
New Orleans sits on pretty much the equivalence of a gold mine as it relates to oil,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
That's why the swamps at one point were like very plush because
Yes, sir.
swamps rely on oil, right?
Mhm.
That's why I'm like, whoa, you just dropped the detail that, well, you said most people don't know, but it's the connection that most people haven't made.
Mhm.
So this happened, this same type of flood from a hurricane happened like 1966, right?
Mhm.
In the same area.
Mhm.
But 2 weeks prior to that, there was supposed to be a smaller storm that came that was supposed to cause all of this calamity that didn't.
Mhm.
So it's literally like history repeated itself,
Yes,
and
sir.
the same thing happened again. And what a lot of people don't know about the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, for those who own like land and houses,
Mhm.
they were literally coming up to these people door to door trying to get their land,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So it is my definite belief that these were geostorms,
Mhm. Yes, sir.
and these geostorms were set and sent with certain agenda to displace these people to then come in to get this land to drill for this fucking oil.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
one
sir.
thing I didn't know, and one of the documentaries talked about it, and I'm like, is this shit real? Let me do some research and kind of actually talk to some people who were on the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. One part of New Orleans, they have made like this oil reformation like plant.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of put out in the community that is one thing, but it's something totally different.
Oh
They're
yeah.
literally still trying to find whatever this pipeline is to this oil directly under the Ninth Ward.
Hmm.
So I am definitely a solid believer that these were definitely geostorms.
Mm-hmm.
It created all of this calamity for y'all to take these people's land.
Absolutely.
Of course, when we look in history, don't start
Ain't
me
new.
up there.
Right. It's not new. It's really not. We're currently right now. We're and shout outs to our old mayor Titi, and shout outs to our new mayor Helena Moreno. She's just they were discussing setting up a data center in the east, and it's like, why? There are plenty of other places you can go, but it's like, why specifically here, directly across from these people's residencies? And she was like, no, we're not doing that. We don't need it right here. We don't need it for quite some time. And so I applaud her efforts to say she's come in her terms off the gate, just trying to make some constructive changes. And with Titi Cantrell, it was I felt like it was a lot going on against her anyway, because she was the first Black woman. So it was like there was a lot that people were.
So she was the mayor that came after the mayor during Katrina, right?
Yes.
First Black woman. Okay, so she was actually on one of those documentaries as well, right? So
Yeah.
it's good that like you're sharing similar information that they shared about her there. Because I'm not really familiar with like her or the mayor after her. I just know the mayor, the guy that y'all had during Katrina.
That was Ray Nagin. Chocolate City Ray Nagin.
Hats off to Buddy. I mean,
yes, sir.
They played him so hard. They put that whole situation on his back, and he was literally the main person saying, "Get out of the city."
Yes, sir.
But they put that entire situation on his back. They put that whole Superdome situation on his back, and then threw charges on him and got him locked up.
Because like Ray, and I'm a Mr. Nagin, you know, and he was the
exactly respect.
He felt, you know what I'm saying? He was more of a neighborhood. He was more of your neighbor. He didn't feel like a politician. He go out there, you know, he do the pandering, he do the handshaking, he do the job, what the job would require. But you can tell he was of the city and had the city's interest in mind. So it's like whatever level of corruption may or may not have been there, because it's politics. But it's like you have to look at what he's done for the city. And he's always put the working class and the impoverished in a space where they don't have to be neglected. Even if if other mouths are trying to eat first. So it's like, we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate the work you put in.
So what's his name again? You said Ray Nagin?
Ray Nagin, yes, sir.
Former mayor of New Orleans, Ray Nagin.
Ray Nagin. And you know what? They really, when he hit him with that Chocolate City, there was a rap, there was a chocolate, what? Flooded. So it's like, man, you know, we appreciate you holding us down, man. And, you know, I actually need to see, I think I need to see what his term was, because I don't know if he's out yet or not. I think
he's out. I want to say they hit him with 10 years. I think he ended up doing like 6 or 7 and he came out. And that was going to be my next question. Like, what is his stance in the community right now? But I'm going to look it up to see when he actually got out. But
okay.
I think he's out already.
Okay. Yeah. Cause I need to do my due diligence on that too. Cause because once he got out, and I think it was Mayor, it was a mayor right before Cantrell. I just can't remember exactly. And the thing is, I think Mayor Cantrell's husband was from here, and she was from, I can't remember where she's from originally, but her husband and their roots are from here, from New Orleans. But I just can't remember exactly who the mayor was in that time frame, like right after Ray Nagin and right before Mayor Cantrell. Matter of fact, I'll look it up. I'll look it up later. But yeah. It was a very interesting process to watch the city go from almost completely hollowed out and like unlively. You know what I mean? You go downtown. You go downtown on a Tuesday. It's lights, music, sounds, lively vibes, and of course, after Katrina, it's kind of like, all right, this looks like a ghost town. This looks
And that's what I love about y'all's spirit,
Mhm.
because after Katrina happened and they were allowing people to come on the grounds and help, I was working with 2 teams at the time.
Oh,
And
word.
the feel, the energy of just in the air, it was like just complete disparity, like we're
Mhm.
done. And then it was maybe like 2 months afterwards, one of the main ladies who had organized the whole situation, she got her house renovated and she had
Mhm.
like the party. And it's like we came back, and the
Mhm.
neighborhood, even people who were still working on their houses, the neighborhood was lit up.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, man, just months ago, y'all
Resiliency.
was like, so it's like the spirit of just y'all energy
Yes, sir.
is always so captivating to me, for like, you to say, yeah, I was here and it was like a dead zone. But then to see that y'all back in motion now.
Yes, sir. And I want to say thank you for doing what you did and doing what you could for on behalf of the city, because it was a lot of effort, and I don't think a lot of people got the thanks that they should have. And we just appreciate all the people that came out and remembered it was a human process. You know what I mean? Like that means a lot. And I had no idea. That's crazy that we've never talked
Yeah.
about that in our own. Hey, appreciate you, man. For real. Thank you. Thank
Like
you.
I was partnering with an organization at the time,
Mhm.
and like he just came in the room and he was like, y'all want to go to New Orleans? Like, whoa. I'm like, for how long? He was like, probably started 5 days to a week. Book me. And we got there, and just descending on the city, it was just like, what the fuck happened here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
for it to be a natural disaster, it's like,
Right.
what happened here? And to get on the grounds and just to see how people were it was just such a depressed state.
Mhm.
And the smell, like, but to come back, like I said, those months later,
Mhm.
and like the one older lady, I forget her name, she had lived they were calling it up the road.
Mhm.
She comes in like a waitress. She got 2 cakes she cooked. She's like, it's so good to see you guys. I'm like, whoa. Just to see the change in energy like that, like really, really helped me understand the heart of New
Yes,
Orleans.
sir. If anything, resilient. If I could label it, resilient. Like this, I've watched many people go through many hardships and still keep a smile on their face, or able to go out there and do for somebody else. And it is a big community. It's a small city to say that, you have a lot to do, you can do, but everything is relatively 30 to 40 minutes within each other. So it's like you're gonna run into somebody a bunch of times. So, but it's a community. It's a big community, and it's a melting pot. So you're gonna have to eventually run across somebody that you may have a problem with or may not. Depends, but we try to keep it as community as possible. And I'm so proud of this city for that. Like they resilient, resilient.
So definitely in your music, you can hear like the socially conscious lyrical content. So how does that like shape your message? Because you definitely have a few songs where I can tell these are either personal experiences that you translated through,
Mhm.
or something that you actually saw with your own eyes, right? Because
So
a couple of your songs, you can actually tell that you're like emoting
yes,
as
sir.
you're sharing these lyrics.
Um, so with dystopia, for instance, right? I think that one's a
My
better.
shit.
Yes. So with dystopia, it's kind of like I wrote it in the midst of COVID, but because I was already familiar with don't leave your house, don't come outside past the certain curfew. It was after Ida we came back. We went to Florida, and then we came back. It was maybe out there for like a week and some change. And the little bit of like the weeks before the power and everybody had certain restorations happening. Police were riding around with the floodlights. Go back inside, and it was martial law-esque. You know what I mean? So it was just like, all right. I'm familiar. You get a little bit more freedom in COVID. So I was like, man, I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of people telling me when to go inside or how long I got to stay inside. So and then the process about it is because if you go through certain neighborhoods, I saw a whole house, a whole estate being built in the midst of COVID. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, okay, somebody's winning. Somebody's winning.
Exactly.
Somebody's property. And of course, it was a predominantly white area. But it was like, okay, so I see the game is. So then I just started writing my thoughts, my observations, talks in the wind, the conspiracies, the actual reality of the situation. I'm like, man, and then I try to apply it on not just what I've experienced in the city, but on a global scale of what everybody else is going through currently. It's like folks in India getting beat with batons because they outside a few minutes longer than they should be. And it's like, man, ain't no telling who else is getting worse treatment with less coverage. So it's like,
and the crazy thing about these pandemics, when you do research on even the word pandemic, so I did research on the word pandemic.
Yes, sir.
And it literally took me back 100 years from 2020 to another pandemic. And that took me back 100 years, literally 100 years to the year to another pandemic, right? And then to see how the world responded to that pandemic, like you said, how, this extreme law, you couldn't go most places without, damn, I got to stand this far behind you? Next? Well, I'm next. I just was standing 6 feet.
I forgot my mask.
Man.
I did the oh man.
Yo, I was still traveling during, this pandemic, still doing international travel.
Yes, sir.
I would never forget it. I got to the airport. I'm moving around, right? So, I was one of those, or am one of those anti-vaxxers, never got vaccinated. And, some of my African brothers helped me with whatever I needed to use to make sure I was clear. I had to get tested maybe like 6 or 7 times during the whole pandemic, never tested positive, but I understood what it was and what was happening.
Right.
Fucked around and got to the airport. I got everything. I got my visa papers. And I get up to the counter and get everything going, and I don't have a mask. Now, you got one or two options. Be a little later for this flight and potentially miss it. And go back and get these masks, these specific masks that you have for this long-ass flight. Or take this little giveaway hospital mask that they have.
Right.
Man, I had like 4 of those masks. So like
it's like ninjutsu style.
Man, that forgetting the mask thing was like on my ass during the whole situation. Like, man, forgot it again. Because, of course, the people who I was around, so I pretty much always lived alone. So the people who I would be around in my close, like, we all have the same beliefs and expressions. So when nobody's sick, we chilling.
Right.
Man, you just saying, man, I forgot my mask. That just triggered me. I'm like,
hey, walking back to the car, mad as hell. Like, shouldn't even be wearing this shit right now.
So I know you're working on, some visuals for some of your current records that are out. What else are you working on, or is that your central focus right now?
My partner, and this is the gentleman who's actually in the label with me. We've been working in tandem to just trying to get more output out and stay consistent. So we've been doing more videos, and we have a few projects that we've already recorded. So we're just getting the actual content surrounding those projects together. I've really been trying to get my visuals together for, I'm omitting saying trying. I've been getting my visuals together.
Good job.
Getting my visuals together, and we're putting together some bodies of work for the songs we have. And I also have a re-release of my project In Game coming. I
Okay.
put some mixes on it, some fine tunes, and I'm gonna do a actual kind of a mini movie, do some individual videos that come together as one larger work. So that's the majority of what the rest of the year has, aside from other collaborative projects. That's really just my main focus for me.
So I'm really with you on the visuals. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, as much as I don't like to call it a career, it has become one. My
Mm-hmm.
broadcasting career, on radio and podcasting has, really done its thing, but it is innately audio.
Yes, sir.
I'm the nigga that stays away from the videos because like, we were talking about your sun, moon, and rising. So I'm a Libra sun,
Mhm.
Virgo moon, Scorpio rising, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
in kind of more in-depth astrology, I have a lot of Virgo type energy, right?
Mhm.
So my little perfectionistic ass has stayed away from videos because,
Understandable.
man, I don't like that expression I made. I don't. This is really the time to share our creativity visually,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, sir.
One, because of the energy that we're moving in, the planet Neptune just moved 0 degrees of Aries. So that's a literal kickstart. And that's the haze and the illusion of where we were versus where we are moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then just from a marketing perspective, nowadays, we're dealing with people who shy away from depth, right?
Right.
So
Right.
reading a post or having to put two and two together for a lot of people is kind of like, so having a visual where like the doom scrollers can just be like, oh, wait, let's go back.
Right.
It's
Right.
so much more, um, I'll say, marketable
Yes, sir.
than words. So
Mhm.
I'm definitely locked in with you there on like the visuals. And
Mhm.
I'm sure for you, but for people like me, like stepping into the visuals is the challenge.
Right. I got you. I got you.
But you know what
Nope.
we do with challenges.
I gotta say, run up to him head first and overcome him. Now,
We not
what you said, it was funny because that little nitpick, I think that's the artist, the creative part about it is like I'll be editing some footage. I'll be like, man, I don't like the way my mouth shaped on that one. I'm delete that whole. Nah, we're not gonna go with that. We're not gonna go with that particular scene. But I definitely understand. Sometimes it'll take me longer because I am nitpicking so much. But it's to the point where I'm optimizing my output and concentrating more on the content as opposed to the execution of it. So it's especially with
it,
what
it,
we
it,
got, like you say, with doom scrollers and folks who aren't so in-depth thinkers and critically thinking, it's like they're not gonna catch the mistakes
yeah,
that we see. It'll
exactly,
take them a few
exactly.
revisits. So it's like it's fine. That's cool.
Exactly. These
Mm-hmm.
these were lessons that I had to learn when it came to like videos and even like, certain audio mistakes, right?
Yes, sir.
I kind of took it back to music.
Mhm.
If I'm singing, especially an original song, if I'm singing an original song, you don't know I just messed up.
Right.
You low key don't even know I just was flat, because
Right.
Hey, you listening to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste on WDJY FM 99.1 Straight Talk. Keep it locked. One thing I've learned, especially when you're a person of higher awareness, or even in some cases, and not from a condescending perspective, but even in some cases of superior intellect,
Right. Right.
what would kind of be maybe subpar or mediocre for you kind of really sits at the height of
Somebody else's ceiling. Yeah, I got
of
you. I got you. I got
so
you.
I learned that even some of those what we consider like mistakes are, again, like you said, not even noticed. But it comes from a whole nother level because you don't even recognize, because of the caliber
Mm.
of what I'm presenting, you don't even recognize that doesn't fit there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
kind of even understanding how to use what you have
Hmm.
to get what you want
Yes, sir.
makes a lot of sense in like the creative field. So we're gonna have to jump back on um, to maybe do a unpopular opinion conversation because I keep forgetting you are a Gemini moon, right? So
Okay.
you are a damn Black Panther in your heart. Like you
Yes,
get
sir. Yes, sir.
I
Did
definitely
not know I was a revolutionary like at that to that degree. It's like, moms, what are we doing? What did you do? So like it was funny because when I first got to middle school and I would articulate so well, and I'm fresh from so I was DC, New Orleans, North Carolina, then back to New Orleans.
okay.
So when I was coming from North Carolina back to New Orleans, I'm articulating my words a bit differently. So I really felt like Mike off the wood when he was coming from like that. That's one of my favorite movies because it's like, yo, I definitely relate to Big Mike on that one. Like, yeah. Like so I'll come in and it's like, why you talk like that? What you mean? Enunciate my words? You talk like a white guy. I wouldn't say all that. I speak clearly, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, so when it comes to certain things, it's like, all right, I see the adjustment that has to be made in these aspects. And not even an adjustment, but just you're not used to this particular sound, or I'm not used to this particular cadence. So it was funny in that readjustment, making those little adjustments. It went a long way with how I would, I guess, code switch to a degree. And we were talking about the revolution. We were talking about the Black Panther at heart.
Gotcha.
So what that happens is like I'm the kid that talks with articulation, but I'm also the only 10 and 11-year-old in my squad who's familiar with Marcus Garvey and Fela Kuti and these different types of artists in walks of life. And like, so it's like, I may talk white to you, but I know our history a little
But
bit more
I'm
because,
culture.
yes, sir. Yes,
Like
sir.
I have a wider spectrum of culture, and I feel like I always say it. Travel is not only the perfect antidote for most things,
Yes,
but
sir.
travel helps you gain perspective, especially if America is your base. If your primary mentality and perception is or perspective is Western, like
Mhm.
American born, American ways of doing things, you have to get out of the American country
Yes, sir.
to
Yes,
really
sir.
learn perspective because, whenever you can, because if not, it kind of limits your focus, right? So
Yes,
here we
sir.
have all of these kids who, this is the school that their parents went to, their grandparents potentially, this is their, we'll say, subjective culture.
Mhm.
And here comes a child who has not only been here, but they've also been here, right? Because
Mhm.
travel, you naturally learn through your senses.
Yes, sir.
You are smelling a different place that typically smells different. You
Mhm.
hear different sounds of traffic. And then energetically, even as a child, you can feel the difference, right? When you travel. So here's a child that comes along that has these different experiences.
Yes, sir.
And it's always funny because that's how it shows up in like even in adult culture. The
Mhm.
person that's different who is maybe more cultured
Yes, sir.
in certain communities, like, why are you doing that like that? Because I realize
Right.
doing that is keeping you on this damn vibration
Right. Right.
that I'm no longer on.
That part. That part. And it's once you experience that growth or you take off the rose colored glasses, you can't regress or go back. And
So
at
so
that point,
we definitely are going to get back on and have an unpopular opinion
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
conversation because hearing that you were a kid in maybe middle school or high school and you was already familiar with Marcus Garvey,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
definitely have to talk because um, growing up again, you know, in a totally different culture than American culture,
Hmm.
being aware of certain systems in certain ways just naturally because, it's different than American culture,
Yes, sir.
it gives you a different perspective in your growth and development.
Hmm.
And even in, just collecting the data that we collect on people every day,
Hmm.
just through like our interactions. it really helps you understand how to move about the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yes, sir.
I like the word that you use, code switching, right? That's a term that they put on it,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
our people in this country, it's literally something that they had to do to get by
Adaptation.
at
Yes,
one
sir.
point, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I definitely want to dig in because you have people now who, if you bring up the name Marcus Garvey,
Mm-hmm.
not only are they not familiar with it, they've never heard it before.
And the sad part, even if they have a level of familiarity, it's the tainting of the legacy. And it's like y'all didn't see that play. Like it's a whole Back to Africa movement. This man had books. This had and I don't remember the teacher, the actual Chinese professor's name, but he attended his lectures in the sense of, right there in Harlem, this man setting up shop, doing what he's got to do. And a lot of that is because my mom was born in Harlem and she moved
Okay.
to North Carolina after her mom passed. And she, just got the different culture. She still has vague memories of her time in New York, but a
Okay.
lot of that, a lot of the information that I had as a child, she made sure that here's some pamphlets, here's some.
Hey, you listening to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste on WDJY FM 99.1 Straight Talk. Keep it locked. I'll be 43 in October, so yeah.
Man, you look great, bro.
Appreciate it. I'll take my herbs.
Yes, sir.
But,
Yeah. No.
I guess we're in the same age group, right?
Right.
And then you definitely have more maturity, even from a younger age, beyond your age. So I can just remember certain things and how they evolved,
Mm-hmm.
right? For me, it was the cassettes to the
Yes, sir.
CDs, right? To at one point I realized, like, damn, all of my music is on my computer, and then all of it is on my phone, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think I lost my point, but just understanding seeing life from a more mature perspective at an early age
Yes, sir.
in American society and specifically in our culture really sets you aside.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being able to connect that with culture,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the premise of your culture
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say the quote unquote Black histories of it all. It really sets you aside as a younger person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As much as I don't really mess with the teenagers too often, because
Right.
these mouths on these teenagers nowadays, I'm like, bro, I'm about to square up with you like you my age.
Right. Because it's the intellect and the intent, and it's like you really out here, like you know what you're talking about, like you really assured of yourself. And I love the confidence, but get some more guidance. Get some more guidance and information for you come across the wrong person.
But as much as I'm not really like the youth person,
mm-hmm.
I really feel like people like us, there's not necessarily a obligation, but more of a responsibility to those where it lands to just drop it. Like, okay, you're reading that, but you should probably like check this out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because he was really this and X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can catch like younger people, even people in their 20s, when you can catch them like in those moments is always like paramount, right?
Yes,
to be able to share that information. Because I feel like having that different type of experience, again, from the American perspective, it really sets you aside. And being able to mix that travel and culture, just, like I never knew that about you. I knew you were like an army brat, low key.
Right.
But I never knew, you were that culture that early, and then that culture in our culture. So yeah, I'm definitely going to pick your brain.
Yes, sir. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
So if we want to know more about you, because I'm sure this conversation is going to pique interest for quite a few of my listeners because they're nosy. I have a very nosy following.
Shout outs to your following and the listeners, man. For real.
Got a chance to connect with some of my listeners beyond America.
Okay.
Even they're nosy as hell.
Yes, sir. I think it's the human condition because our level
Man,
of curiosity to learn. So it's like, what's this about?
yo, shout out to Zurich, Germany. Y'all be hitting me up with the y'all nosy as hell, and I love it because that means that you're listening and watching. Hey, you listening to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste on WDJY FM 99.1 Straight Talk. Keep it locked.
Alright, amplify. I'm feeling amplified. Everything is amplified. Now lit get amplified. This is amplified. I'm feeling amplified. Everything is amplified. Now lit get amplified. Ha! Here we go again with this AP guy. Okay, now what's on AP's mind? Just wanna create a cake, sweet grind all the while trying to survive this crazy life. Psyche-wise, my brain seems fine. Third eye so wide, I can't be blind. AP goes Neo, wanna be why they giving off stuck in the Matrix vibes. Lies is all they seem to tell. High is the price for the dreams they sell. Leave heaven to reconvene in hell. Teens on leans and pills for the need to chill. Social media memes will reach them well. Why they make shit to deplete the health? Educate the system, teach the fail, leading to either help build, clean, or be in jail. I see all the signs, I can read them well. While these niggas seem to be a little bit illiterate. Still I'm gon' spit it for your spiritual and mental benefit. When I'm on these instrumentals killing shit, their bulb shine kinda dull. So while rhyming for the help change out the filament. But they keep on dimming them, which is kind of ironic, cause they do it to get really lit. That just ain't right, so let's stay bright. It's time to get it all luminous. So I'm gon' do it through a musical movement. It's a beer producing all of the tunes that you're grooving with. Hip-hop legends are my influences. Some of these newer kids just wanna ruin that. I'm at peace, but don't try foolishness. Catch a smart ass who's still about stupid shit. Doing this for my people who feel they really gotta get it on their own. Watching out for so-called bros who would rather go to a movie while you're putting on a show. You're not alone, and so I go inside my zone to grant you my support, maximize your voice, can't deny your source, plan inside your soul to amplify your force. Amplified, I'm feeling amplified. Everything is amplified. Not lit, get amplified. This is amplified. I'm feeling amplified. Everything is amplified. Not lit, get amplified. Alright, this that vibe to get you live and lift you high. Now shine, emit your light and fix your bright, just live your life. Alright, this is the vibe to get you live and lift you high. Now shine, emit your light and fix your bright and live your life. I don't get turned, I put in work and get amplified. Get lit, it's still just too dim, enhance your bright and get amplified. I don't get turned, I put in work and get amplified. Get lit, it's still just too dim, enhance the bright and get amplified. Amplified, I'm feeling amplified. Everything is amplified. Not lit, get amplified. This is amplified. I'm feeling amplified. Everything is amplified. Not lit, get amplified.
Yo, so that was music by Aaron Parquet. Hey, go check him out. That's Parquet, Parquet. You can catch those tracks on all major streaming platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, wherever you get your music from. Hey, go tap in. Hey, you listening to Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste on WDJY FM 99.1 Straight Talk. Keep it locked. I really appreciate you coming on. Like, again, this was
Brother, I appreciate you, man.
coming.
Yes,
This is
sir.
a very progressive conversation. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, King. Thank you, bro.
So if you're looking to learn more about me, book a session, or stay up to date with this radio show or Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste podcast, my books, our West African retreat and travel retreats, or if you just want to stay updated with what I have going on, just head over to my website, turekbaptiste.com. You can also connect with me on social media. I'm Turek Baptiste on Instagram and Facebook. And for more exclusive content, follow me at Vibrational Wellness TV on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Hey, Vibrational Wellness with Turek Baptiste radio show is back. And hey, dig this, we going all the way up this season. Hey, let's grow, let's unlearn, and let's vibrate higher together. I'm Turek Baptiste, and this is Vibrational Wellness with Churik Baptiste.
I'm digging your vibe, vibes, 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 vibes. I'm digging your vibe.